Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show that feeds the seed to succeed. I am Elliot, and joining me today.
You got T Still What It Do. And we got a guest today, Vanessa, with a time for change. Um, Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about a time for change.
All right. Well, hey, Elliot, and hey, T. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Vanessa Perez, and I am the Executive Director of Time for Change Foundation. So, Time for Change Foundation, we are a nonprofit organization headquartered in the city of San Bernardino, and we provide housing and supportive services to homeless women and children. So, we have been in existence, boots on the ground grassroots organization since 2002. And so we're going to be going into our 21st year this year. And so since our inception, we have helped over 3,300 homeless women and children become self-sufficient. And we have reunited 319 kids back with their mom out of foster care. And so Time for Change Foundation, we are really just here in the community to help end homelessness. We have a saying that says we don't recycle homelessness, but we end it. And we do that by providing evidence-based supportive services, stable housing. We are a licensed drug and alcohol outpatient program. And our goal is really to provide wraparound services to these women and to these mothers so that they can be the mothers that their children need and get their kids out the system. A lot of women that we serve have histories of drug abuse, have histories of incarceration. And so we make sure that we provide the best services to them so that they don't go back into the system. They don't go back into homelessness. They don't go back into homelessness. And so we have another saying that says we give the best to those who need the most. And I love to say that and repeat it because oftentimes society likes to shove people like that out. They may be discriminatory. They may the people that we serve may be marginalized and disenfranchised, but we wrap our arms around them and we provide them with everything that they need because we see the potential inside of them. We see the diamond in the rough. And that's really what we do. We dig into that dirt and we dig out those diamonds and we polish them and we make them shine.
Absolutely. That's why this show is called Feed the Seed. Because that's what we do. We feed the seed. I thought this be y'all would be a perfect people to have for women making history month, women history month, because y'all women making history. You know what I mean? And the whole thing with us with feed the seed is like you just said, the seed is in the dirt. And it sprout and grow, and then you could feed other people from it once they become the tree itself. So, y'all out here growing forests out there in San Bernardino.
Wow, exactly. That's so good too, because you think about it, a seed has to be put into the dirt.
Come on.
People don't want to get their hands dirty, right?
Right.
But we are birthing beautiful things. We are birthing beautiful projects, and we are taking women that society may throw away, lifting them up and giving them a voice so that they could be the change that they want to see.
Come on, come on. In a city where it's needed,
Right.
in a city where it's needed, and I think it's so groundbreaking, right? Because I just went to y'all groundbreaking, right?
Yes, exactly. You went to our grand opening. Uh-huh.
It was awesome. It was it was Black and Brown Opportunity for Profit Center, right? It did in the heart of San Bernardino. Could you just at least elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just had our grand opening of our Black and Brown Opportunities for Profit. And it's opportunities plural because there's going to be more than one opportunity for people to come here and make some money. And that's really what it's all about. We inspire Black and Brown women entrepreneurs to elevate their business ideas into profitable companies. That's what the Bebop Center is all about. So what we're doing is we're eliminating racial and gender systemic inequity by providing a protected environment where women entrepreneurs have access to what's needed to build, grow, and scale profitable businesses. And so how are we doing that? Well, you saw the space, high tech,
come on,
art,
right?
Entrepreneurship hub for women of color. And so we're doing that by providing them with access to capital, access to information, access to networks of people, access to technology. And a lot of times they don't have that where they come from. They don't have the support and the access to get the things that they need to be successful and have successful businesses. And so we're really just trying to change the trajectory of women of color and break generational poverty and really birth generational wealth into our communities.
Come on. You know what? And when I seen it, right, I said this center is needed for this community, right?
Right.
And then I also felt like y'all gonna take that whole block. You know,
Yeah.
I was telling my auntie Kim, I said, Auntie,
Speak
come on. I said that whole big building next door should be y'all too. You know, it should be expansive because you brought life. Y'all brought life to that community. When I see the new paint and I see the state of the art sitting right there off of Arrow, I said, oh my gosh, man, y'all just brought life to that community. And then I seen the people. So man, I just want to take my hat off for you real quick. You know what I mean? Because I real recognize real, and that was real. That was really real. You know. So yeah, so I hear, you know, because it just don't come from about of nowhere. I think y'all doing a gala. Yeah, I've been to one of the galas before, man, and it was so lit. It was so inspirational. Can you, break it off? Tell us a little bit something about the gala.
Yeah, absolutely. So every year, Time for Change Foundation hosts our biggest fundraiser of the year. We're a nonprofit 501c3, and so we have to not only apply for grants and stuff like that, but we have fundraisers and we do campaigns to raise money to keep supporting the work that we do. So with our mission to end homelessness, we have an annual fundraiser. It's our annual awards gala, which we have every April. So this year is the first year that we're back in person since COVID. I know a lot of people started having events in person last year and we just were like, I don't know if people are going to show up. And so we finally are back live in person, in color. And we're so excited because we have so much to share, so much to unveil, so much to talk about and to celebrate together. So it's going to be Friday, April 14th. At the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. and people can register online by visiting our website, www.timeforchangefoundation.org, or they can call our offices at 909-886-2994. But the gala is going to be popping. It's going to be an awards dinner. We're celebrating the work of so many phenomenal individuals in our community and throughout the state. We have Hilda Kennedy, who is the executive director of AMPAC, which is a local CDFI. She's doing great work. We're celebrating the Latino Community Foundation for the philanthropy and the work that they're doing in that realm, and so many others. So you guys have to come out, come join us and celebrate with us. And it's for a good cause. So if you can't make it, you know what, you can make a donation. You can donate to the event. You can donate to Time for Change Foundation and help invest and partner with us as we fulfill our mission to end homelessness.
Man, come on. You know what I mean? That's so, it's so needed, you know, because growing up, I had hard times and I lived with a single mother, and you know what I mean? And it seemed like the world was against her, you know, and like to hear, you know, it's organizations that are helping women up, you know. So like, man, and been doing it since, what you say, making it do what it do since 2002, you know. So like, you know, I got
I'm gonna have to use that one.
You know,
we're making do what it do since 2002.
2002, and I gotta finish with thank you.
Hey, I'll tag you. I'm gonna post that on social media. I'm gonna tag you on that.
Right, righteous, and make sure I get an email because I'll be in attendance, you know.
Yeah.
Right on, you know. But
Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask, Vanessa, how did you get involved with Time for Change?
Okay. I have been involved with Time for Change Foundation going on 11 years now. So in 2012, I was actually introduced to Time for Change Foundation through an internship opportunity. So I was a recent graduate of Cal State San Bernardino working in a restaurant, and I was looking for work. And so a friend of mine brought me a flyer for an internship, and I thought, I don't know, man, I need a job. But something about it was calling my name. And so I came, I applied, and I got accepted for the internship. And that was during the time where we were actually celebrating our 10th year anniversary. And so now we're going into 21 years. And I'm just excited because I have seen the organization grow so much from that time. We were first developing our Phoenix Square affordable housing apartments that we have. And so I got to see the development and the construction process there and see that affordable housing apartment for the city of San Bernardino residents come to life. And then I got hired on 5 months later as our civic engagement specialist, working with our women, teaching them how to advocate, how to use their voice to be change makers. And so since then, I have just seen the growth of the organization. We've been on just an incline trajectory. And in 2018, we transitioned, the leadership of the organization transitioned from Kim Carter being the executive director to myself, where she transitioned to the Bay Area and opened up our first expansion housing program called Brighter Futures. So we are statewide. We have housing programs in both Southern California and in Northern California, and we are just continuing to do this work to help end homelessness for women and children.
Man. And shout out to Auntie Kim Carter. I love her energy. Like because people say I got good energy. I'm lying. But like I feel like, man, she's the livest person on this planet. So man, tell her I said again. Much love and respect.
Absolutely.
Thanks, so Vanessa. So Time for Change not only helps with housing, but also I guess education and employment, helping people grow their businesses and become self-sufficient, and uniting families. Is that right?
Yes. So we have an array of evidence-based programs and services. Housing is the foundation of what we do. It's the core of who we are, and that will never change because without having stable housing, mothers can't reunify with their kids. They can't go to work. They can't be healthy. And so having adequate, safe, stable housing is actually a social determinant of health. And so we want to have healthy families. And one of our goals is to have thriving communities. And so we do provide 3 types of housing: emergency shelter, permanent supportive housing, as well as affordable housing. And so while women are becoming stably housed, then we also plug them into all of our educational classes that we offer. So we provide our women with life skills. We provide them with 12-step education, relapse prevention, financial literacy, leadership development, employment development training. We have an entrepreneurship program through our Bebop Center. And we also incorporate family therapy, individual therapy, all performed by licensed clinical social workers. And we also incorporate a women's wellness program that focuses on health and wellness, both physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as parenting. And so a lot of these women that come to us have histories of having their kids in the system. And so we work with them and we provide legal services to help them fulfill all of the steps and all the requirements that the courts require for them to do in order to get the custody back with their kids. So whatever it is that our women need, we work with them to do that. We don't have a time limit on our housing program because we want to work with them and make sure that they reach self-sufficiency. We don't know how much time they need. And I like to tell people we're a very structured program, but we're also not cookie cutter because every woman has different needs. And so we work with them where they're at, and then we work based on the need that they have step by step and accomplish goal by goal, milestone after milestone until they get to that place of self-sufficiency.
Yeah. And then y'all also do like policy change. Because I've been in the state capitol with y'all quite a few times.
Yes, we do. So we are constantly advocating for issues around housing, homelessness, welfare, We're involved in criminal justice reform, all of the above, because the women that we serve, we want to make sure that while we're doing our work, that we're not getting pushed back by these old policies that are affecting them and preventing them from being successful. There's so many discriminatory policies. And so we have changed laws like ban the box and remove them question marks from them employment applications. We did ban the box in education. We've had clients who have been through our program, have histories of felony conviction, and one of our clients not too long ago was kicked out of her bachelor's program for nursing after having already 8 background checks. But this last background check that they did, 6 months to graduation, they said, "Up, you got to go." So we had to work with her, advocate with her, and that's where we introduced the ban the box for education, because we want to make sure that there's no barriers for these women to be successful. Our past does not define our future, right? So we work with our women. We don't just fight ourselves, but we train our women through our leadership development program how to use their voice, how to advocate, how to have meetings with elected officials, how to go to city council meetings. They're constantly doing get out the vote campaigns on the phone, doing phone banking in the streets, doing canvassing and making sure that they're a part of this community.
Right. They being the change that they want to see.
Yes.
Actively involved.
Right.
Wow, so this is a huge, you guys do a lot of work. This is a huge, like, comprehensive program. I mean, this is like it seems like you have everything, all angles. How, and did it take I mean, obviously it took a long time to develop. What are you looking to grow more into or expand into?
With the development of our Bebop Center, that focuses on developing small businesses and providing providing entrepreneurship opportunities for women of color. And so the next phase of that is actually going to be a social enterprise restaurant. So we do have a restaurant a block away from the Bebop Center that we're going to be developing into a ghost kitchen, into a teaching kitchen, and into a storefront. So that's going to provide job opportunities for women. It's going to provide educational opportunities for people that want to get into the food industry, maybe have their own restaurant or their own catering business or whatnot. And then for those that already have established food businesses, they can come in and utilize the ghost kitchen, make their food, because maybe they don't have access to commercial equipment and whatnot. And so they're going to be able to come in, use that space, handle their business, and be on their way. And so that's the next step in the next phase of the Bebop Center and where we're headed in the next few years for Time for Change Foundation, just to really build out the fullness of the Bebop Center and our social enterprise.
Man, and I think that's so needed because, like you said, some of the women have records and it's hard to get a job. You know, there's so many barriers that they have to face. And then by becoming an entrepreneur, you know, that opened up so many more doors, you know, and create, like you were saying before, generational wealth, you know, they could put their family to work in there, and then they all could be accruing money, you know, and working for their expansion. So
exactly. There's just been so much, you know, historical, systemic, discriminatory policies and practices that were creating Black and Brown Americans, giving them unequal access to financial services. And so we want to make sure that we're going against those old policies and we're creating a pathway that give them access to financial resources so that they can have successful businesses.
Man, that's what's up. Well, look, I'm glad you jumped on that internship.
That at the end of the day, to me, like, that was all God, because I was trying to get up out of San Bernardino myself. I just, you know, I grew up here, and the truth is that I love this city. This is my home. I grew up here, but I just wanted to seek other opportunities because I didn't see that there was much opportunity here. But now I'm a part of making change and making opportunities for people here. So that's exactly what the city needs. People that are going to be true to the community, people that are going to invest and put their time in it, people who really have the heart for it. And that's what I do. And that's what I love about this work that we do, is that we're creating opportunities so people like me and everyone else in the community don't have to get up out of here, but they can create those opportunities for people of this community.
Man, I heard Auntie Kim. I'm gonna keep on referring to her, you know. But she said that sometimes when she's seen abandoned buildings and everybody else was feeling despair, she could see the opportunity up in them,
Right,
you
right.
know. And I think that's like speaks to the value of the work that y'all do, is that y'all see the opportunity in what other people consider broke down and left abandoned, and y'all see the opportunity and y'all fix it up, you
Yeah.
know. And when she told me that, you know, I always was like, whoa, you know, and and that's what I was saying when I was at the grand opening. When I was looking at it, that's what it just flashed back to when she said that before, you know. And then I was looking at the building down the street, and I'm like, man, they gonna have this whole block, you know. And I just seen it, and I still see it, you know. And I'm repeating it because
I
this is
love
what
it.
I truly felt in my
Yes.
heart, you
I see
know.
it too. I see it too. And that's called having vision.
Right,
It's called having vision. And
man.
it says people perish for lack of vision. So where there is no vision, stuff is gonna die. And so
Right,
at the end of the day, if we have vision and we can get the resources to make that vision come to pass, then that is what's gonna make our community vibrant. And that's what we're
come
doing.
on,
That's what we're doing at Time for
come
Change.
on. That's what y'all doing, you know. And I also remember something Auntie Kim said. She said she got a grant for, I think it was $10,000, $10,000, and took that and invested in the community, invested into the people. And what you say, all these years later, this is what we got, you know. And I always find that so remarkable about y'all. Like y'all are like, you know, it's through God's grace and everything, but it's like y'all the miracle that you know, when you believe in God and all that could happen. You know, y'all are the mustard seed, because like the mustard seed is a growing seed.
Right. And it becomes the biggest
It
thing out of all the plants, even though it's the smallest
It's
seed.
a seed. But see, the thing is too, right? But after it becomes a grown tree, it starts to plant other seeds, right? And that's
Yeah.
what y'all doing now. Is like, you know, the tree it has expanded to be large, and now y'all planting other seeds, and now y'all gonna grow a forest where a forest is needed, you know?
That's the thing. The forest is needed. Okay.
Man, oh
Y'all,
man, this is awesome. I kid you not, man. I was so happy when you came and said that you'll come on. You know, I
Oh
kid
my gosh. I'm excited. I was happy when you asked me. I'm like, yes, finally I get to be on his show.
you.
wait,
You
y'all are
know,
talking about Auntie Kim. Who's Auntie Kim?
Okay, so look, she's either somebody's auntie or mama or something like that. But Miss Kim Carter, she is the founder of Time for Change Foundation. And so she is formerly incarcerated, formerly homeless, formerly addicted to drugs. And she just celebrated her 30th anniversary, her 30th sobriety birthday of being clean and sober on the day of our grand opening. And so
oh wow,
she is who started Time for Change Foundation. And so if it wasn't, you know, for her and everything she had been through, because she left her job in corporate America to start Time for Change because she felt like God was calling her to help women just like her. And
man.
that's what we've been doing since then.
Yeah, and she got a PhD. You
She
got
does.
a,
Yeah, that's what she says. So she says, I don't got a PhD, I got a PhD. And it's so true because she is somebody who doesn't take no for an answer. And if she sets her mind to do something, then it's going to get done no matter what. No questions asked, no excuses. And that's why we're here today.
man. I told her at the thing, you got a PhD because you make it do what it do. Since '02, since '02.
That's funny. Yep, that's it. I love that. It rhymes. That's going to be my new slogan. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Well, is there anything you want to leave us with?
I just want to say thank you for having me, and I look forward to coming on again and just chopping up with you guys. And again, our annual awards gala is April 14th, so please come out, come support. Visit our website, timeforchangefoundation.org. You can buy a ticket, you can be a sponsor. If you're a corporate company or if you have a business, you can sponsor the event. You can buy a program book ad and put your company's logo in our program book for people to see, or you could just make a donation. But please consider supporting the work that we do because we are in the business of changing lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, you'll see me there. You'll see me in attendance.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Vanessa, for joining us and sharing all the positive things that you're doing, and all the great work that Time for Change is doing for the community.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.